Hey, how you doing? This is Adam Post, publisher of more than 1,000 comic books and expert in Warner Brothers Discovery. I've done more than 85 videos about Warner Brothers Discovery, every aspect of the business and the entertainment. So it's about time that we started talking about Black Adam. Did it just blow $100 million? Is $100 million gone out of the pockets of Warner Brothers Discovery thanks to that David Zaslav? No, I mean, you can claim it if you're Variety. You can say, oh my God, it was this massive theatrical bust. You'd wonder, why weren't they saying this about Strange World from Disney? That was a true financial bust. That was a ridiculous loss. That one's losing $147 million. Is this one going to lose $100 million or $147 million? No, of course it's not. And it's interesting because what the media outlets will do is they will go and speak to the people that they select, and they know who they're speaking to. They'll ask them questions and they'll get kind of the answers they want to get. And then, sometimes they will actually follow up directly with the studio and ask them quality questions like, hey, well, how much do you think it would be to break even? The number that Variety came up with was, well, you needed to do $600 million to break even on Black Adam. The number that Warner Brothers Discovery actually told them was, no, it's actually $400 million, and here's why. But, still that's not that important to them because what they want is a headline that says box office bust. Now, Black Adam did not do as well as I would have liked it to do. It probably will do $400 million or just under that theatrically. It's doing very serious business now, direct to consumer and through digital download. Can you believe they charge $25 to rent a movie like this? Who spends $25 on this? More than 1 million people. A lot of people spend money on this stuff. To buy it, you can buy it digitally for $25 and keep it forever. You can rent it on Apple iTunes, Vudu, Google Play, Movies, and more for $20 a rental. They generate additional revenue that way because the movie, it is out digitally now, and that's generating extra revenue. Okay, let's get into the article from Cosmic Book News. Dwayne Johnson's Black Adam is in the black, saved by home entertainment, meaning saved by digital download sales because they're #1 in digital download sales at $25 to buy or $20 to rent. The Man in Black looks to be here to stay as the first film is all about building a brand. I don't know if that means they're going to have a sequel. I'd like to see more of Black Adam. I don't know if they need to be making a sequel. That's for James Gunn, David Zaslav, and Peter Safran to figure out. Though the Black Adam box office might not be particularly electrifying, it's learned the flick will still end up in the black and be profitable thanks to home entertainment sales. In a rather one-sided report by Variety, who reports on the Black Adam theatrical release potentially losing tens of millions, if not $100 million, representatives for Warner Brothers dispute various projections. The article writes how in order to break even, the Black Adam needed to make $600 million. Then they say $450 million, but Warner Brothers tells Variety that their break-even is actually closer to $400 million. The current worldwide box office is $384 million, and Black Adam is nearly there. They haven't made it yet, but they're pretty close. So even if they didn't do another dollar, they would lose about $8 million on the movie, according to Warner Brothers Discovery. And I don't know, I mean, they're the ones who actually have all the accounting for and promoted the movie, so you would think they'd kind of know. As Dwayne Johnson has pointed out, Black Adam is the #1 movie on iTunes and remains so, and representatives from Warner Brothers fill in Variety that the flick is overperforming in the home entertainment market. This is what happens when people go and they like a movie, but all right, maybe they're not going to see it again, or maybe they'll see it again one more time, but then they're going to want the movie in the future. So we'll see how Wakanda Forever does when it comes to home entertainment sales. Are a lot of people going to want to own Wakanda Forever so they can continue to watch the funeral again and again? It's further pointed out in the Variety article that Warner Brothers says the film is poised to get into the black thanks to ancillary revenues, which means it will be making money, not losing money. The hierarchy of the DC universe has changed. So for a movie that introduces an unknown DC hero and has an unknown team of heroes, breaking even or even just being slightly profitable isn't all that bad because it sets up things to come that just might be more profitable in sequels and related movies. Though, what I will say is the most important thing this movie did was it forced Warner Brothers to make a decision. Do you want hardcore action superhero movies, or do you want woke Batgirl movies, or do you want both? Do you want the consumer, when they think of DC, to think of movies like sometimes it's Batgirl, sometimes it's Black Adam. And they've clearly decided, no, we don't want anything that's going to cheapen the brand. Because they want just Black Adam, it meant they had to cancel Batgirl, which did cost them money. Tax break doesn't mean it's free money. It means you get some of the money back if you had income against it. Black Adam has a favorable 89% Rotten Tomatoes score, so that says most fans love the flick. The producers also said they can get a sequel ready to go ASAP, and that's more good news, but I wouldn't expect to see. Not really with these numbers, and they really overburdened themselves, in my opinion, when they decided we have to launch Justice Society, an entire new group of superheroes in this one film. It's a little bit much. Added God knows what to the budget, probably at least $50 million. And then beyond that, it took the focus away from Black Adam. Quote, when I talk about how the hierarchy of the DC universe has changed, we established Black Adam around the world as the most powerful and dominant unstoppable force in the DC universe. That's a fact, said Johnson. And we established the Justice Society around the world too, and keep in mind, if you're not a hardcore comic book fan, you'd never heard of Black Adam or the Justice Society. The hardcore comic book fans, we got your love, we got your loyalty. I appreciate that to the bone. The rest of the world had no idea who Black Adam was, so we were establishing the brand. I mean, it's a good argument for it, but still, tell me in the comments below, did you think that this movie really should have gone and established a whole new superhero team? Don't you think that was probably really expensive and a bit of a distraction? I don't know. I'm just being fair about it. That's my take. Why compare Black Adam to Black Panther Wakanda Forever? Because a lot of people are comparing it. Even I compare. What Matt finds odd is how Variety and Marvel shills are constantly comparing Black Adam to Black Panther Wakanda Forever, a character and franchise that's been around for 6 years, while Black Adam, again, is totally new and hasn't been connected to any other DC characters or Justice League. The idea to compare Black Adam and Black Panther, is reasonable. The movies came out around the same time. Marvel's movie is going to do $800 million probably, and DC's movie is going to do $400 million. They both have the word black in the title, but a sequel to a movie that did $1.4 billion almost, doing about half of that now, compared to a movie that didn't exist before this was released and decided to introduce an entire team of superheroes. Sure, they're not really comparable. Black Panther Wakanda Forever was such not a success, they're not even sure if they're going to do a sequel to this movie. If Black Adam had done $800 million, obviously they'd be doing a Black Adam 2 for sure. But it didn't, so they probably won't. But Black Panther did do almost $800 million, so why can't they do a sequel to it? Because it's a confusing mess. It's a brand destroyer. Let me know what you think of all this, though, in the comments below. I always like to see what you guys have to say. You always give me some good insight. Thanks again for that. Please be sure you are subscribed to the channel. Click the bell for notifications. Give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you again soon with another video. And if I don't see you, I will miss you.